we've got Tom Wood that handles the entire West Coast of the country. We got John Hendricks in here who handles national sales on turf and different things like that. And then you've got Mark Nichols who takes up for anything that Tom can't cover. So it's all good. So we're looking forward very much to getting together up in Iowa.
When you're already
Liz,
a superstar, I don't know how much introduction you really need.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if the Zoom was up, people would be like, wow. They'd be like, Mark, are you actually on the phone talking to her? And I'm like, yeah. Makes me somebody. I like it.
Well, y'all are too kind. Yeah, I'm just excited that y'all are all coming to the Big Soil Health event. And we've had a lot of interest from people who are already in the regenerative space, but also conventional farmers are becoming more and more excited about their options and trying to change their operations. And we have a great lineup of speakers. Awesome.
We're happy that you invited us, number one, and number two, we are so happy to be able to just be part of it. So, and we'll look forward to many years to come. So you can always count on us.
Hey, Liz, awesome. Can you give us the dates and details?
Yeah, so the Big Soil Health event is happening in Cedar Falls, Iowa. We're starting on December 11th in the late afternoon. We're opening up with Ray Archuleta, and then we'll go through December 12th and 13th. We've got Rick Clark, Jerry Hatfield, Chris Nichols, Chris Teachout, and many others. Russell Hedrick is going to be there speaking, and we're just super excited.
Oh, cool. What a lineup.
Yeah,
and more to come. Yeah.
Excellent. That's very exciting.
So, I don't know if you noticed, but I get completely awkward when I start having to talk in front of people.
Hey, well, Liz, also, I know I don't want to be the only advocate, but I'm really, really hoping that we can get Tom Wood to talk to the group for some periods of time, if at all possible.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know if you've got, and I'm not pinning roses on anybody, but he is a very powerful speaker, and people do listen to what he has to say. And he doesn't just talk about
stare at my beard. They just stare at my beard. That's all it is.
Well, whatever it takes. Yes, I'll take it.
Hey, Tom, while you're on the phone with us, how do we fit into the regenerative family? Like how would you say to tell people who haven't heard about Organisan and the chitosan-based products, how does that fit in with this show? And why do you think it's important people come?
Well, one of the first things that I see all the time is when farmers are coming at this from completely standard, traditional farming practices viewpoint, and they'll come to educational things like this, and they kind of get inspired and excited about this, and then they go home and they're not sure how to implement this, and they decide that I realize with a lot of this, when you're transitioning to a regenerative, sustainable thing like that, it might take a little bit more input to start with, that you can't just quit doing what you've been doing or you're going to fall flat on your face. You can't just decide that we're worried about soil health, so we're not going to spray fungicides anymore. If you need a fungicide, you're still going to need to, use a fungicide. It's when you get down the road a year or two where suddenly you realize that you don't need a fungicide anymore. You kind of have to wait for your farm, your field, nature's input to tell you what you can start eliminating. And I have found we have a really nice fit with that, especially in the fungicide realm, that we can just about replace a huge portion of your fungicidal needs with what our technology is. And we're selective. We're only going to have a detrimental effect on the pathogens. We're actually beneficial. We're actually a food source for your beneficial fungi, things like that. So we can actually kind of help kickstart you down the road. We can give you a little jump start moving down the road for the goals for what you want to accomplish. And we find that once farmers,
Tom, what's the term you used? You can't take a junkie off of heroin and expect him to go straight in one week.
Yeah, we just have these problems. I mean, our soils are drug addicts in a lot of situations, and you can't just quit cold turkey. It's just not a. I think there's enough rehab centers in the country that will affirm that you can't just quit cold turkey. You kind of have to wean yourself off and into a different way of doing things, and that's where we find we have a really big benefit with this. And then it's fun for me when farmers start to realize with the technology that's out here now, with like the microbiometer and biomakers, and we're getting the technology now is getting to the point that we can open up the soil and see what's going on in there. And when we can come in, I've done this numerous times in Idaho with potato farmers where I never want the whole farm the first year. I don't even want the whole field the first year. I would just give me half a pivot. You do your potato program over there, nematode program. Let me do my nematode program over here, and then you can see for yourself what the result is at the end of the year. But along the way, I like to show up with my microbiometer. And when you can start showing farmers that not only are we controlling your nematode populations, but we're increasing your soil health at the same time, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty impactful for farmers when you can see what's going on. You can be held accountable to your agronomic decisions and what's happening there. And once you get people kind of motivated, or they understand this, suddenly now they realize that this is possible, that the regenerative movement is possible. They start asking questions about cover crops now, and how can we do this and how do we do that? So we can be kind of a catalyst a lot of times to help guys on a regenerative journey. But then we find that after the people who are serious about, usually our best results come from this space. If you're just hardcore synthetic agriculture and you're just looking for one more thing to dump in a tank, we're not always necessarily going to be, we're not going to set the world on fire for you. But when guys start worrying about their soil health and plant health, and they start getting their micronutrients, paying attention to those and everything in line, we just start to become a really big piece in a puzzle, and we can really speed the transition up for you dramatically in many cases. So
a building block.
There you go.
So chitosan is the methadone of products.
Amen, sister. Wow.
I didn't
just said chitosan is the Tom. She said chitosan is the methadone for the addict. Oh, I love it. I love it. Kelly, new ad campaign.
I got it.
Put trademark Liz Haney on there.
I got it. I'm gonna put Liz's face on it.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Please do. I love it.
That's amazing. Thank you.
You have my permission fully.
Oh,
that is awesome.
Please.
Thank you.
That is, yes.
Oh,
I might have to steal that one from you, Liz. I love that.
Oh, I think it's been stolen. It's been stolen.
It's yeah. You have it recorded, and I gave you permission.
Oh, amen.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Mark, you want to wrap us up a little bit with an invite to everyone that you want to invite this year, and the people that may have never come to this show? What do we want to say to them?
Absolutely. What I would say, whether you're getting in, extensively into regenerative or sustainable farming, it's a must. If you're thinking about getting into something that is going to be sustainable for your family and for your years to come, next generation, you have to be there. And if you just want to come for a good time in a very nice, beautiful atmosphere where it's nice and chilly and you can get cozy with your friends, come to Cedar Falls in December. It's awesome. So look forward to seeing everybody there, and I'm going to push to get everybody there.
And Liz, can you tell us about the discount?
Yeah, so we have a discount for you, and it's $50 off registration for your customers and your people. And we just want everybody to show up and have a good time. And don't forget, we're having a farm to brew challenge again. So there will be craft beer for your enjoyment.
You know what? That is very much disheartening, because I broke my shoulder last year at that event. I'm not going to let that happen again. So I'm going to stick with beer.
Right.
And just for you guys, we have a $50 discount on registration. When you
Yeah,
register,
either Organisan 50.
okay, that sounds
Does that work? Yeah,
That works.
Organisan 50. Just make that the code.
okay.
All right.